What's up, everyone? Sergeant Archer right here. And today, I don't know, I'm just gonna react to Napoleon again. I have not reacted to Napoleon since a few days ago. I reacted to Napoleon's Marshals. And yeah, I just decided I would get into another Napoleon spree. Because I've reacted to like a ton of those Hannibal videos, and I want to give that a bit of a break. Oops. Whatever, I don't need these. Yeah. So I decided we're going to react to Napoleon's Great Blunder, Spain, 1808. Yeah, because we skipped that one last time, and seems to be significant. Wait, let me make sure this is the right episode. Okay, guys, so it turns out we were on the wrong episode. Salamanca, whatever. Oh my gosh, my cat just always at the door. I've already recorded a video. It should be interesting. I'm pretty sure this is about Spain. I don't remember completely. And later they're gonna upload a part 3 of Napoleon's Marshals. That should be fun. I saw it on YouTube. They announced it, so that should be, yeah, it's gonna be cool. And one more thing, make sure to subscribe. We're just 5 subscribers away from our goal, 195. Then we're gonna be doing our live stream. It's gonna be a Q&A. We're gonna talk about, we're gonna be predicting the 2020 presidential election. We're talking about the channel, answering his questions, all that. So stay tuned for that and subscribe. Are just a week away, and we just need 5 more subscribers. So yeah. But without further ado, let's get started.
By 1812, Napoleon's French Empire.
By the way, this is right before the invasion of Russia. So yeah.
Had 250,000 troops stationed in Spain, down in a war that seemed to have no end. They faced a bitter struggle against the people of Spain, who'd taken up arms in a guerrilla war, as well as the remnants of Spain's field armies and an Anglo-Portuguese army under Lord Wellington. But French forces in Spain remained formidable and in firm control.
Yeah, and the title is Wellington Strikes, so yeah, Wellington in Portugal is probably going to make some headway somewhere.
The capital, Madrid, and most major cities. And the year began with another great French victory in the south, and a calamity for Spain.
Oh, I don't know what calamity means.
This video is sponsored
sounds bad.
by Audible. No, the hit or text.
If I had 2 generals like Shuket, Suchet to lead my troops in Spain, this war would already be over. Oh, I don't even know who that general is. Maybe they said earlier, in earlier episodes, and I just forgot. It's been a while. Napoleon.
Spain and Portugal would become a graveyard, not just for young French conscripts, but for the reputation of some of France's most famous generals. General Junot, Marshal Soult, and Marshal Jourdan had all tasted defeat. Marshal Massena had been recalled in disgrace.
Oh no.
Marshal Louis Gabriel Suchet was the exception. French generals in Spain were notorious.
So I was wrong every single time I tried to pronounce it.
For their looting. Soult, based in Andalusia, was probably the worst, reckoned to have stolen 1.5 million francs worth of art from Spanish monasteries and churches. As governor of Aragon, Marshal Suchet behaved very differently. He enforced strict discipline on his troops, punishing any who tried to steal or extort money from the Spanish, while treating local authorities with respect. He combined this hearts and minds strategy with ruthless military action against the guerrillas that was able to establish firm control of Aragon. In June 1811, after a particularly bloody assault, Suchet took the port of Tarragona, for which Napoleon rewarded him with his marshal's baton. The emperor then sent him reinforcements and ordered him to take Valencia. First, he routed a much larger Spanish army that attacked him at Saguntum before he laid siege to Valencia. The city was packed with Spanish troops and refugees, and to avoid starvation, General Blake surrendered Valencia on the 8th of January, 1812. The French took 18,000 prisoners, including 23 generals and nearly 500 guns. It was a devastating blow to the Spanish cause. But to reinforce Suchet,
Jeez, look how much of the Iberian Peninsula France controls at this time. That is crazy. It's just so crazy that they lose like all of their land in Iberia and Western Europe and Eastern Europe so quickly.
Napoleon had stripped troops from other armies in Spain, and then withdrawn 25,000 of the best troops for his imminent invasion of Russia. The result was that French forces in Spain were now severely overstretched, just as Wellington prepared to strike.
Oops. We haven't serviced the scum of the earth as common soldiers enlisted for drink. Oh. Jeez.
Spanish guerrillas kept Wellington well informed of French movements, and learning that the forces facing him in western Spain had been much weakened, he decided to go on the offensive, to strike a blow before the French could concentrate against him. On the day that Valencia fell, he laid siege to Ciudad Rodrigo on the Portuguese-Spanish frontier. Eager to take the city before Marshal Marmont could march to its relief, he ordered an assault after just 10 days. It succeeded, though Major General Crawford of the Light Division was among 300 killed.
Oh, wow. That's not good.
Wellington then marched south to besiege the much more strongly defended city of Badajoz.
Badajoz. Oh my. Look at the name of that city. Badajoz? What? Like, to me, in American, it looks like Bad Joes. Or, like, it could also be pronounced, I could also see it being pronounced Badajoz or something. But, what? Badajoz? What? That's so weird. Anyways.
An assault was made on the night of the 6th of April. The first wave attacking the main breach were slaughtered.
Oh, gosh.
But what was supposed to be a diversionary attack on the city's castle with scaling ladders succeeded, and the city soon fell.
Dang. Wow.
The storming of
That
Badajoz
is great.
cost the British 3,700 casualties. In the aftermath, survivors went on the rampage, drinking, looting, and raping, and killing more than 100 Spanish civilians, before British officers finally restored order. Wellington had secured the two main routes between Spain and Portugal. Now he sent his most reliable subordinate, General Hill, with a small Anglo-Portuguese force to destroy the bridge over the Tagus at Almaraz. This was a vital link between Marmont's army of Portugal and Soult's army of the south, as the next usable bridge was at Toledo, 90 miles east. The bridge was well guarded by forts and redoubts, but Hill led a swift and daring assault. The French defenses were taken by surprise. The bridge itself and all the engineering equipment burned, for the cost of just 177 casualties. Wellington was now ready to begin his advance into Spain.
Oh, gosh.
Spanish regular forces and guerrilla bands began operations to tie down as many French troops as possible. While from the Bay of Biscay, Sir Hugh Popham's naval raiding force made diversionary attacks on French coastal targets. In 4 days, Wellington was at Salamanca, as Marmont, outnumbered, withdrew behind the Douro River. But when reinforcements arrived, he crossed the river again. For 6 days, Marmont tried to march around Wellington's flank, but the British general matched him move for move, their two armies marching in parallel, often within sight of each other. But on the seventh day, Marmont blundered.
Oh no. Monsieur Alva Marmont est perdu. My dear Alva, Marmont is lost. Wellington, General Alva, his Spanish Legion officer. Why did they have to put, why couldn't... Oh, the English part is right there. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought that was just like a random caption.
On the morning of the 22nd of July, Wellington's army occupied high ground 4 miles south of Salamanca. Marmont was not interested in a direct assault. He still sought to outflank Wellington, threaten his line of retreat to Portugal, and force him to fall back. Around 8 a.m., the French won a dash for a hill known as the Greater Arapil, which Marmont made his observation point. The French army began to swing round behind him. Marmont had convinced himself that Wellington was an overly cautious general who would not risk attack. The hills hid most of Wellington's army from view, and when Marmont saw dust clouds to the west, he assumed it was Wellington's baggage train leaving Salamanca, beginning their retreat. But it was the British 3rd Division and a Portuguese cavalry brigade moving up to strengthen Wellington's flank, because he wasn't planning a retreat. He was about to attack.
Oh my gosh. These are my lads. Just let them feel the temper of their bayonets. Major General Edward Hockenham, commanding... No, wait! Commanding British 3rd Division.
Around 2 p.m., Marmont ordered the 5 infantry divisions waiting in the woods behind him to march west, to cut off Wellington's imagined retreat. General Mokoon's 5th Division, in the lead, stopped to engage what was presumed to be the British rearguard in the village of Los Arapiles. General Thomier's 7th Division continued west past it. Wellington watched as the French left flank became increasingly strung out and knew it was an opportunity too good to miss. He galloped 3 miles across country to the 3rd Division to give the crucial orders in person. Many of his staff officers struggled to keep up. On arrival, he instructed the division's commander, his own brother-in-law, Edward Pakenham, to attack and drive everything before him.
Oh gosh.
3rd Division's advance was hidden by low hills until the last minute. Thomier's division was caught completely unawares and shattered by the assault. Thomier's himself was killed.
They're just disintegrated. Look at them. Look at them. Look at the middle. They just completely disintegrated.
Half his division killed or captured. The rest soon put to flight.
What the heck? That is not.
At this crucial moment,
It's
Marshal
not good.
Marmont was hit by a British shell
What?
and carried from the field seriously wounded.
So many of these generals or marshals or whatever, they keep getting hit with these shells. It's crazy. I would not want to be a general. Like that seems to happen way too often.
His second in command, General Bonnet, was himself wounded an hour later.
Oh
So
gosh.
command passed to General Clausel. 45 minutes later, the British 5th Division attacked, supported by 2 Portuguese brigades and General Marshal's dragoons. The French saw the cavalry coming and formed square, but were hit first by the British infantry, who unleashed a close-range volley, then charged with the bayonet. The French were routed and charged down by Le Marchal's cavalry.
Oh, this is not good.
The French 6th Division was caught up in the collapse.
This is not good at all.
The Marshal himself was shot from the saddle, but his brigade helped destroy 8 French battalions and capture 2 Eagles. Wellington's echelon attack continued as Cole's 4th Division advanced in the centre. But Pack's Portuguese brigade was thrown back from the greater Arapil, and the whole division was soon falling back in disorder.
Look at that! Okay,
Despite the devastation of his army's left flank, General Clausel decided to launch an attack on the lesser Arapil, the hinge of Wellington's position.
That is not good.
If it could be taken,
not a good idea.
Might still snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. But the French advance was met by fresh troops of Clinton's 6th.
Wow, I would have never expected that. The British tried to reinforce their position? That is crazy. I would have never thought that.
Division, who poured volleys of musket fire into the French columns.
Oh no.
They began to fall.
I started to have a little bit of hope when they drove back that British division.
Back.
But not anymore.
The French army had lost the will to fight on, its soldiers streaming away into the woods behind them. General Ferret's 3rd Division mounted a brave rearguard action to buy the rest of the army time to escape, but it faced a hopeless task. It was soon outflanked by the British 5th Division, and Ferret himself was killed. Only General Foy's 1st Division escaped in good order. With darkness falling and his army exhausted, Wellington called off the pursuit.
Your deputization of the Corte, whatever it is, came to congratulate me upon your victory, hailing you as the savior of Spain. Henry Wellesley, British ambassador to Spain. His brother, Lord Wellington. Wow.
Wellington had smashed Marmont's army, taking 7,000 prisoners and killing or wounding 6,000 more.
Wow.
A French casualty rate.
I don't know why you guys told me not to watch this. This is actually pretty interesting.
25%, and more than double.
I mean, I guess it was my choice, but I mean, like, this is actually a pretty interesting episode.
Wellington's own losses.
Wow, look at that. 4 dying. Usually it's the opposite. Usually the French are the ones who have, like, usually it's the Allies who have 4 times more casualties. Seriously, good job. That's crazy.
And more than double Wellington's own.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was at 3,000. Oh well, still pretty good.
The next day, dragoons of the King's German Legion attacked the French rearguard and achieved the almost unheard of feat of charging down a French infantry square and taking another 1,000 prisoners.
Wow.
Wellington now decided to march on Madrid, forcing King
Madrid? What? What is going on right now? How? How'd that happen so fast? What just happened? What? How? What? How are they already at Madrid? How are they already about to take Madrid? This is ridiculous.
Joseph to abandon the capital and retreat to Valencia to join up with Marshal Suchet.
This is not good at all.
On the 12th of August, Wellington liberated the city to scenes of wild celebration. Soult, now at risk of being cut off in Andalusia, abandoned the siege of Cadiz, which had dragged on for 2.5 years, and marched east to join Joseph and Suchet.
Ridiculous.
The following month,
Oh no.
Wellington marched north.
There's no. They have like nothing in their center. The French have like nothing over here where my mouse is. They're gonna have to retreat a lot.
Pushing the
Like, probably, like, do you see that line of roads or something? They're probably gonna have to retreat along there where my mouse is going. Maybe, like, all the way back there or something. I don't know. Because their situation is not good. at
French
all.
back from Valladolid and besieging the castle of Burgos. But his army lacked heavy guns, and the French garrison fought bravely. As powerful French armies gathered to the north and south, Wellington himself was now in danger of being trapped. He had no choice but to withdraw. Wellington's retreat turned into a desperate, forced march through autumn rain. The supply system collapsed, and many starving soldiers looted what food they could find from Spanish villages. Madrid was abandoned and reoccupied by the French on the 1st of November. Wellington was back where he'd started 5 months before. But despite the campaign's dismal conclusion, his strike into Spain had led to the liberation of huge swathes of the country and left the French more overstretched than ever.
Yeah, no kidding.
Reinforced and resupplied, Wellington would be back the next year to deliver the final blow to Joseph's Spanish kingdom. 1812 had seen the tide of war turn, and not just in Spain, because 2,000 miles to the east, in Russia, catastrophe had engulfed the Grande Armée. Thank you to all our Patreon supporters who made
God. That was literally the turning point episode. I should have watched that.
this series.
Oh my gosh. Napoleon's generals got screwed in Spain. That was bad. Really bad. But yeah, thank you all for watching, everyone. I'm going to be reacting to, well, tomorrow I'm going to be reacting to the episode about the tanks, the tank episode. One of y'all recommended it to me. I forgot the episode name, but I'm going to be reacting to it. You know, thank you for watching and goodbye. Hello everyone, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel. And, you know, turn on the notification bell thingy. And if you didn't, then make sure to leave a thumbs down. Oh yeah, that would be greatly appreciated. And while you're at it, go ahead and watch my other videos. They're probably just as good, and if not better than this one right now. Except for my oldest videos, don't watch those. And, you know, subscribe to these people down here, my fellow sergeants. They're other YouTubers that I either know or I have in high regards. Yeah, even my cat agrees. So, thank you for watching, and have a great day.